they wanted to decide what picture to put on there, and they said we picked the better looking one, so I won. But that's strictly from me, from my perspective, okay? Nobody else. Because I think he's a very good looking man. Where to start? Let me just back up 1 second, and I just had a discussion with this about Tony. Actually, a conversation, you know. We started the Silver Diner 20 years ago. And when we started the first Silver Diner, we knew right away that we had a great vehicle, the Silver Diner, beautiful in terms of look and atmosphere. But at the same time, we created kind of an enemy for people who wanted to eat healthier. Because usually when you go to diners, you don't really associate diners with healthier food, lighter food. It's all about big portions, it's all about quantity rather than about quality. So when we started the first Silver Diner in Rockville, we wanted to turn this around immediately already. So when we started the diner, very shortly afterwards, we had hot, healthy items on the menu, and we were probably one of the first in the United States to starting with hot, healthy, and lower calorie items that were lower in salt, sodium, and total calories. And we always extended on that. Now, a couple of years ago, we were one of the first ones, actually the first in the DC area to start zero trans fat in the deep frying. You know, nobody said, oh, it's going to be too expensive, you can't do it. Well, guess what? We did it in 18 locations, and it went very successful. So we've been always on this journey. Now we have taken it a step further. You know, we have 20 years, we have 20 years been in the business, and all of you around this table, you know, you're right over here in the heart of diner world. When you go to diners, you see these enormous menus, but you know, you don't always get the quality. There are very few diners who can pull off making all those items really good. So what we have done is we say, hey, we want to get better quality, we want to get local food, we want to get fresh food. So what we did is we made the menu smaller, but at the same time, we wanted to keep all the elements of a diner. You know, and I always like to say, you know, I'm your chef, I'm not your doctor. So I like to give you choices. If you want to have big pancakes, please be my guest, because that's what a diner is known for. You can have large portions of pancakes. But we're going to give you options. We're going to give you options of 600 calorie prepared meals. And just imagine, you know, you're a big guy, I'm a big guy, we can come to the diner, 3 times 600, we have 1,800 calories. You're still going to lose weight because, you know, you're not going to be hungry and you're going to have great food. That's something unheard of in the diner. When we started this new menu, with all the fresh and local, we wanted to have coffee that was locally roasted. So we have actually 3 kind of regions. We have the big region around DC and Maryland and Virginia, where we have like 11, 12 stores. We have 4 stores down south in the Virginia Beach area, and Newport News and Chesapeake. So the challenge that we had in the 3 areas, being in New Jersey too, to tailor a menu that had also regional items for each region. Well, fortunately, we've been able to accomplish that, because when you go over here, you're going to get coffee that's locally roasted from Tony. You're going to get Hudson Valley, you know, you're going to get Hudson breads that are locally baked up here. And when you go to the DC, we have an Hyattsville bakery who delivers 7 days a week of bread in our area. And we have somebody else in the 4 stores down south who gets the regional products for us. So what we have been able to develop is getting the regional products for all 3 regions that we have. And you know, that takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of thinking, and it takes a lot of talking to your purveyors. What we have found also is that, you know, we have the responsibility of being in the restaurant world to push the world forwards into this fresh and local. So if we demand, then the purveyors have to give us. And for 20 years, I've had a great relationship with Cisco and with Coastal Produce in our area. And they buy off on this 100%. What they love that we're doing is that we want to support the local economy. And I really feel that it's a moral obligation for us to do that, to give people healthier food, to give people local food. Because why should we buy tomatoes from Mexico if we can get them right here? Mind you, I have nothing against Mexico, but you know, they are miles and miles away. And if you can get tomatoes from over here, and you taste the tomatoes locally over here, they are fantastic, because they are picked on a Thursday, on a Friday they come in my store. Why would I want to have something that travels around across the United States for 7 days? Because you know, if something has to travel that long, it's harmonically altered to withstand that. When you get something over here, we found out when we opened up, when we started all this, that our food was much more perishable. 1 day, 2 days, that's all the shelf life we got out of it because it's fresh. So we had to get used to that. So that's a challenge. But the biggest challenge was, to get it all to our stores all the time. And I have the great fortune, as I started telling you, is to work with people who really work with on this. Now you can see the blackboard over here. It's the local farms. This is a board that changes every week. On Thursday, today was Thursday, I always get an update from Jim McWhirter, the vice president from Coastal, and he said, okay, but this is what I got for you this week. I got beans from CNA Farms, I got cucumbers that come from New Jersey, I got blueberries from Frank, and I got arugula from Glenwood in New Jersey. And so if you're going to come to any of our diners, you're going to see that board with the products on that we can get by local, and from the small farmers. We actually haven't even taken a step further. You can go to 6, 7 our locations in the area, and you want to work with us over here to get it. We have a local farm stand right in front of our diners on Saturdays or Sundays. Those are real small farmers who go out, pick the stuff at 5 o'clock in the morning. 8, 9 o'clock they come to our location. They set up a couple of stands right in front of the diner. And the tomatoes, the strawberries, the blueberries, everything that they have, they sell to the customers. Now I also have the arrangement with them is that whatever they have that we have on the menu, we buy from them a couple of days before. So they come in to make it a win-win. They come in, they sell me the local tomatoes. So what you see out there is what you're going to get on your hamburger, the same tomatoes that I picked that morning. Then when they're done, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, whatever they have left over, we buy from them if we can use it on our menu. If they have red beets and I don't have red beets on the menu, I'm not going to buy those. If they have tomatoes, they have strawberries, we sell them by the boatload, we purchase for them. So we are really serving the local economy in a big way. Now with all this healthier food and putting those things also on the kids menu, tonight over here you had tenders. They were all natural from all natural chicken from Salisbury. You bred them, freshly, so you're getting a fresh product. And that's what we want to do with all the products that we have. The steaks that you have and the hamburgers that you have, they are hormone-free. And from the day that the cow is born to the day that, he says bye-bye and he goes to the Grand Himalayas and ends up on your plate, it's hormone-free and it's antibiotic-free. If he gets a little sniffle, he gets a cold, he goes to another playground. He can't play in that same yard anymore. He goes somewhere else. So it's all, clean and healthier products. I actually work with a company in Virginia that sells the 4 stores, but I have to tell the butcher 3 weeks in advance how many cattle he has to prepare for me for the 4 stores, because the meat takes 2 weeks of aging, and that takes another week for him to prepare it. So that's how close we work with our purveyors. We get the milk from Kreider Farms, from Pennsylvania, so we go on as fresh as we can. Now why did I pick Kreider Farms? Because all the cattle that we have in Mannheim on his farm are his cows. I only get the milk from his cows. The milk that I get is not coming from Connecticut or New York or all the way up from New England and gets driven, 2-3 days across the United States and then gets put into big kettles and comes to us. No, the milk that we have is only coming from Kreider Farms and from his cows. So you're going to have a better product and a healthier product. Obama is, we're now talking about the health bill. We won't need the health bill if we start with the little ones over there and we start feeding them good food. Now, if mom wants to, if the kids want to have chicken tenders, great, let them have chicken tenders. But let them have the best chicken tenders that they can eat. If they want to have brown rice and they want to have salmon or teriyaki chicken on top of that with a sodium-reduced sauce, let's give them that. Let's give them healthier options and better options. So that, when, the baby boomers, that arrive now and they're going to be, they're going to be in their 60s, they're going to be healthy. Because we don't have to worry about it. It really starts from the bottom up. We have to start with the children, giving them healthier options at the schools, giving them healthier options in our restaurants, and then carry that on. And, it's a battle. It's, and we are a restaurant chain who is doing this. We like to be called the Unchained Chain. We are individual places that are in your backyard that do all local stuff. So it's one restaurant at a time, one day at a time and one restaurant at a time. I've met with guys like you probably know, Joe Saladin, who does all this farming and all this healthier food. He's become a good friend of mine. What he does is He feeds his cows, then he moves his cows, then the chickens come after it because they like to eat the shorter grass, and they don't get any hormones, and they get all fresh, and and it's just a cycle on its own. And he doesn't use any products from the outside, and his production is 5 times more than anyone who's using all this artificial stuff. So it tells you we can do it, and we want to show you tonight that we can do it over here, because over here you're going to get fresh food. What I got over here is brown rice with edamames, fresh veggies. You've got the local greens on your salads. You're going to have beautiful mayo over there with tomatoes and fresh basil. Now look at these tomatoes. They arrived right from over here. Yesterday they were still in the field. Now they're over here. Bet you that those things are better. Is it a bigger cost? Yes. For the 18 restaurants that we have, it's going to cost us about $1 million more to do this. Is it worth it? Absolutely. Because you can taste it, and it's going to give us more customers. So I'm going to stop talking about food. I want you guys to taste it, because food is only great when it's even warm and ready to go. So you're going to have the bread over there that is, all
very good presentation.
The flour is unbleached flour, almond-free beef on there. You got great local crab cakes, you got gluten-free pasta, which tastes like regular pasta, and it has a very little lemon sauce over there. It has no fat in it. So we're trying to work on all different angles for everybody. So please be my guest and try our fresh food over here. Thank you.